A little girl desperately needed to use the bathroom but was blocked by a chalk line. No matter how hard she tried, she couldn't step over it. Quickly, a woman drew a pathway with a chalk and then erased the boundaries, finally freeing the little girl. She then drew a path all the way to the bathroom, solving the girl problem. Experts at the care facility said the girl had likely suffered mental damage at an early age. When they asked about her home or parents, she refused to speak. All anyone knew was that Rose and her husband had found the girl on their way home, wrapped in a blanket and wearing pajamas. The little girl was extremely resistant to her new environment, but formed an attachment to Rose. She even whispered a few words in Rose's ear, which experts quickly recorded. They discovered she was speaking German, and the word meant demon. Later, Rose invited a neighbor's child to play with Annie. While chatting with the neighbor's mother at the dining table, the woman suddenly coughed up blood and pulled a piece of glass from her mouth. She was immediately rushed to the hospital. Afterward, Rose's husband discovered many more pieces of glass hidden in the jam. It was clear someone had deliberately placed broken glass in the food. Looking at the chalk lines on the floor, they noticed that Annie reached precisely to where the jam or jar sat on the table. The husband couldn't help but suspect Annie was behind this. When Rose went to confront Annie about the truth, she discovered the girl had disappeared. A section of the chalk line on the floor had been broken. Had Annie been pretending all along? Rose immediately reported this to the police, but despite an extensive search, they found nothing. Just then, a phone call came to the house. Rose answered and discovered it was Annie calling. She quickly asked where Annie was, but the call disconnected. Rose rushed to tell the police about the situation, but made no progress. As she about to go home, Rose secretly took a stack of files from the station, determined to uncover the truth behind Annie's disappearance on her own. After careful review, she discovered that many years ago, a missing teenager had been found dead in the suburbs. Strangely, the small folded paper found on her body matched the one Annie had been carrying. Rose returned home and confirmed that the folded paper hanging on the window was exactly the same to the victims. She suddenly remembered a drawing Annie had made. Initially, she hadn't understood its meaning, but when she crouched down to see from Annie's perspective, she realized Annie had drawn the view toward the window. The dark area in the drawing corresponded to the neighbor's window. Could Annie have been afraid of the neighbor all along? Without hesitation, Rose ran into the neighbor's house, pretending she had left something there while actually searching for Annie. Finding nothing, she prepared to leave only to discover the door is being locked. The next moment, the neighbor pulled out an axe and rushed toward Rose. The neighbor dragged her to the basement. Rose opened her eyes and discovered Annie was indeed being held there. But as the neighbor dragged Rose deeper into the room, Annie remained trapped by the chalk lines on the floor, unable to help.